What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be framing up an interior bathroom, and you will need the following. You'll need SketchUp Make. I'm using 2017. You will need a bathroom design. Mine is very crude. I have the rough dimensions, and I'm planning on putting a window right here just so we can practice the framing for a window. You need to know where your plumbing walls are. In this case, I've got my plumbing here. You should have your notes that we took in class. If not, they are on my website. You guys can check those. And this kind of framing cheat sheet to have an idea for what you'll need for framing. So once you have SketchUp open, you're going to choose Template. The template we'll be using is Woodworking in Inches. If you're up top, you're going to have to scroll down a ways and press Start using SketchUp. Here we go. So we're going to start excuse me, by drawing the interior dimensions of our bathroom. These are the interior dimensions, and then the walls are going to be wrapping around the outside of that line. So I'm going to start drawing my wall this direction. All the lines you're going to be drawing today, you want to make sure that they are either red or green. If it's black or anything else, it's probably going off in some crazy direction you won't be able to see. Okay, this program operates in perspective too, so it can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to be starting with the left side of my bathroom and wrapping around to meet at the end. It's 98 inches long, so I'm going to come up to 98, 60.25 over. Every tub, usually tubs are about 5 feet long, which is 60 inches. I'm leaving a 1/4 inch gap for leeway. So you can type in, so you'll notice over at the bottom, when you stretch the line, I'm stretching in the red direction, which means it's going parallel to this red axis. The previous line was green. It was parallel to the green axis. Stretching in the red direction, you can see the numbers changing. Rather than try and focus on sliding out to 60.25, it's easier to just type that value in. So you can type in 60.25, press enter, and it will create your line. You don't have to have the pencil or the line tool drawn out necessarily that far either. So if I want to go out to 98, make sure it's green. Okay, 98, center, come, and we're going to finish our box. It automatically creates a surface here. I'm going to get rid of that surface. We're not looking for drawing the floor because we're just really concerned about drawing those, framing up the walls. If you're using a mouse, middle click to rotate. You can drag your view using the hand tool. You can zoom with the scrolly wheel if you have that. If you don't, just use the zoom tool. And you can slide in and out on the mouse pad, and to fit what you're working on, you can press this option here. Okay, let's take a look at my bathroom. Any wall that has plumbing, we're going to do it with a 2x6, and any wall that doesn't, I'm going to do with a 2x4. Now, you guys learned that 2x4s and 2x6s, the actual dimensions, you take a 1/2 inch off of each. So this is my plumbing wall, which means that will be 2x6, the rest will be 2x4. I'm going to grab my line tool, and I'm going to have my plumbing wall extend. So you have to decide on your corners whether the 2x6 is extending out or being cut off, so you kind of decide as you draw. I'm going to draw out 3.5 inches. I'm going to draw over 5.5 inches because that's a 2x6, and this was, I did 3.5 to match up with the 2x4 here. Marching around, I'm actually, so I don't have to do the math there, make it easy on myself, I'm going to be drawing out, I know that's a 2x4 wall, and sometimes I extend it way past what I need to just to make sure the line is green. 3.5, enter, and the red line, 5.5, enter. And you're coming back to connect. So there I have the footprint of my 2x6. This wall, I'm going to go ahead and extend out this way. We'll do 3.5. Coming back, a total of 3.5. Fantastic. And the top one, extending out 3.5. Yet again, it kind of auto snaps there. And you should be able to type in what you need. There we go. And over. Go ahead and give it a rotate. Give her a give her a spin and see if you're happy, making sure it's looking nice and rectangular as it should. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to kind of create some thickness for each of these boards. So I'll be using the push and pull tool, the push/pull tool. And remember, it's a 2x4 or 2x6, which means we subtract half an inch, which means I'm going to go up and type in 1.5 inches, press enter, clicking and dragging, and I think you can click and then click on the edge. It's not wanting to do that, but sometimes it works. Whee! I'm just going to go ahead and type in 1.5 there. Clicking and dragging, 1.5. Usually it lets me click on the edge, so I'm not a pro at this, but I can manage. Here we go. Moving along, we've got our boards laid out, and I think that's looking pretty solid. Now let's keep in mind, we're going to have all our plumbing in this wall, so we're going to focus on that in a bit. And we do have our door, so now what I'm going to do for the rest of this video is we're going to draw out our corners, and then we're going to call it good. We'll do the construct the walls in the next video. So drawing out our corners is a good goal to get to. If you have a different, more complicated bathroom plan, this might take you a little bit longer. You can do something simple for the sake of this project if you'd like. Okay. So grabbing my line tool, I'm going to measure out. We're going to be doing California corners, which means whatever this stud is and this stud, you're going to put a board standing at the end for the wall. And we're going to be drawing, basically what we're going to be doing is drawing boards all along this, and I just eyeballed that. And to get the height of our standing stud, we'll be pushing up like so. So what I'm going to do right now is draw the footprint for our corner boards. I'm going to be measuring out 1.5 for my 2x4. Press enter. I should see a green point that's created. I can now snap and draw across. Okay, and then do the same thing over here. 1.5, it auto detects the measurement for me. I can measure across. And now remember, to hang my sheetrock to complete my California corner here, I want to have some sort of board sticking out here. You could have done a 3-stud corner, but instead of purchasing 3 2x6s, how about we just do 1 or 2? Let's save some money. So drawing over 1.5 inches, click over this direction, and this one actually only needs to be a 2x4, so we will do 3.5, enter, and now I've got 1.5 inches sticking out in my corner in which I can hang my sheetrock. Fantastic. So now I'm just going to go around here and finish drawing these corners, and that's going to be the end of the video. If you'd like to keep watching, great. If not, that's okay too, if you think you got it. So that's a California corner. Okay, moving along. Here we go. I'm going to try and go fast. Sometimes it's okay to extend that lined out way past where it needs to be. That's fine. Setting those corners. And lastly, so you've got the end of your board, you've got the end of your board, so you do the end of the wall, and then establish the hanger for the sheetrock. Coming over, extending out, make sure we're on that line. 1.5, the thickness of my 2x4, and 3.5. Fantastic. And this kind of filled in that gap that I had, so I'm going to come through and clear this out so we can see what we're working on, and we can see that we've got all our corners established. It's looking fine and dandy. Great. Thanks for watching the video. We're going to continue in just a minute.